All right. So we got another headline, another month, another headline. So I'm gonna guess that it's not gonna be something too crazy because this is for March, and usually March is a seasonal event month. But there was a couple things on the roadmap, like a duel quest, so that might be a little bit of fun depending on how the new boss is. A new type of standing party quest, which could be good, it could be bad, not quite sure. And then yeah, just with the seasonal event, there's some LTQs in there, but they're probably gonna be repeats, is my guess. But nothing too much. All the bulk of this like first half of 2024 is gonna be mainly like here and here. So it's just like the calm before the storm. Nothing too crazy, I'm gonna imagine. I guess we'll find out. Let's get this started. All right, let's see what we got. What do we got for March? New quest. Oh, they're going right out the gate with that. That's March 6th. Defeat all waves of enemies within the time limit and time extension quests. Okay, so it's kind of like a horde mode. I'm gonna target enemies defeated. Okay, so it's time too. So you gotta keep killing. What time boost creates that appear during the quest are your key to victory. Increase attack speed actually says over the box what it's gonna be. You want to pick those up. It's limited time buffs. Okay, so it isn't permanent buffs like Leciel, for instance, because yes, it has been activated for a limited time. Damage distance up, immunity to being launched or knocked back. That sounds pretty nice. Don't even worry about getting hit. Yeah, 10 waves. Yeah, it looks like a ton of malevolent bosses. Wait, is that? Yeah, that's the Starless version of that thing. The Distragris. 4 additional quests, this time in Retem and Caveris. So there's 4 of these things. That's actually crazy. Exterminations are very difficult, so start with combat. Wait. Is this a whole bunch of different kinds of quests? Exterminations are very difficult, so start with combat patrol missions. New tunnel tasks added for this quest too? Wait, so I'm confused. Is that supposed to be the multiple kinds of quests? Yeah, this has like waves and stuff, but I think I have the UI hidden in this. And they're like moving around a lot. Yes, maybe it's actually different kinds of quests. Yeah, exterminations, combat patrols, and the time extension missions. And something else too. Is you scratch ticket Downy Dream. Oh, there's the casual. There's the casual, but very casual. Loungewear and pajamas. And I can sleep in NGS 2 while you AFK. There you go. Sleepy. That's pretty good. Not too bad. Yeah, the sleepwear theme. There's like different hairs. What the? Just a random TV thrown into the mix, okay. Sure. It's like a bun. What the? What was happening with that person's eyes? I've never seen eyelashes like that. What was that? Like, what is that? What is the little hair sticking out there? That looks so weird. It doesn't even match with, like, the rest of the... Yeah, they got one for the top. And one... Is that, like, an accessory? It might be an accessory on top. That looks a little strange. Maybe you add multiple of them and it doesn't look so bad. If it is an accessory. That's an interesting innerwear. Oh, do you see that thing on their face? Ooh, the eyes. Oh. Roses and sweets themed portable holograms. I think that's the late shoulder pillow. Oh, so sweet. Head pats. Oh lord, that's gonna be so expensive. Oh my god. Gather energy. Oh. Superhero. I feel like the scratch just has a whole bunch of random things in it. It's so random. Okay. You think like the superhero stuff would go like superhero themed outfits, but no, it's with loungewear and pajamas. It's like, huh? Okay, sure. So they don't really have a theme to their stuff. Okay, what's next? Yeah, here's limit time events on the 13th. Cherry Blossom scenery changes. Citrus City and Caveris. And the mag and crappies. They got a lot of the spring and a winter area. Lovely spring dress. What the? Is that Rappy Cakes? A Rappy Cake? Oh, that returns. Just a little point exchange. 9-star Millenium round weapon series. So it is another 9-star, like I thought. Yep, here's a repeat. I told you it was gonna be a repeat LTQ. Yeah, Flurry of Flowers, spin up op 24. But it's with Starless now, so they changed it up a bit. This was, wasn't this the very first LTQ we ever had? Or one of the first? I feel like the thing's getting a little crunchy. I mean, that's just their own footage. Storm, Thunder Bancer, and Thunder Banshee, yeah. So those return. Those are the same. There's like so many effects going on, they can't even like have the good quality. New limited time course for field races? Wait, now we're getting limited field races. Honestly, if they're gonna make anything limited in this game, I'd prefer it to be the field races, so like you get new ones, you know, constantly rotating with those, because those get stale very fast. So I think it's fine if those are limited. I would like more quests to be permanent. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Spring 24 special scratch and more. Let's see, what have they got in here? Fulgent, Amadi, Gunblaze, all the Saab, millions of different variants, of course, because they hate us. Dine, Jointy, and a Kate's Mixtate. Shoot. Yeah, looks like a lot of stuff that we've already had in the past. Different, like, mission passes, whatever. This is the lucky camos. Is that a black? It's like a black and white Fulgent. Spring 24 special scratch ticket voucher that allows you to exchange a special scratch ticket by collecting 10 vouchers. What? So you can get vouchers to get special scratch tickets, but how do you get those vouchers? Just season 30? There's a cool effect with that. A little birdie. Jetpack move. Alright, here's the duel quest. What's this boss gonna look like? Yeah, it's like a Calcundo Starless, yeah. Ring Wedge. It's got like chakrams. Okay, so it has some of the same attacks, but of course, you know, because it's Calcundo, but it has a lot. Yeah, it has more to it too. I know it's gonna be annoying for some of those attacks. So vital gauge and total tasks is rewards. SG scratch ticket renewed resilience. Honest new outfits. Yeah, okay, so that we figured this was gonna happen because we got Manon's new outfit. And there's a male version. Yeah, just like Manon's as well. An Ina shield. I mean, hey, you can put it on so Ina gets smacked in the face. Perfect. Take that Ina, boom! Take it for me. That's some nice vital gauges. Oh, they're just going all out with it. Holds lightly. Kitty pose. Oh my god. Of course. Well, we're gonna be seeing that everywhere. Bodybuilder. It's swole. Ready stance 3? Okay, what'd you guys think of that so far? The extra quest was definitely a surprise. I think everything else, though, was pretty much as expected. Yeah, those quests, though, those could be nice.
Let me go through the details with these slides. Termination quests are extremely challenging, so we recommend trying the normal difficulty combat patrol missions first.
Okay, so the time extension quest, I think if I understand this correctly, is separate from these. So this is just like an ongoing quest forever. But then there's also additional 4 quests on top of this that are like the Crimson Realm that change daily back and forth. So I think they said Retem and Kavaris. Am I misunderstanding this? Because it sounds like to me there's a time extension quest. And then, yeah, they have combat patrol missions, which, you know, there's one in each of those regions. But then at the same time, there's exterminations, which are harder versions of the combat patrol missions. So I'm guessing like there could be like the extermination and combat patrol in one area one day, and then I'll switch back to the other, back and forth, back and forth. And it sounds like this is permanent content. It isn't just limited time, thank God.
The key to success lies in the photon boost crates that appear during the quests. Accessing these crates grant various ability enhancements for a set amount of time.
Yeah, this is a W. This is a W.
Enhancements are granted individually. You'll need to judge which enhancements are best to acquire and when.
Yeah, I wonder how big that's going to be, because like you want to hold off using the crates for like specific maybe waves or sets of enemies during the waves. I don't know if they disappear like at the end of the wave or something. Like if you don't use them, they just go away. Well, I'll have to figure that out when it comes. It sounds like a much better mining rig, like these time extension quests. Because like you got interesting like mechanics to it with like the photon crates, and grab them at certain times. And then like you probably have to spread people out with like where you're killing the enemies, but you don't have to worry about protecting something. It's all just based on a time limit. So like I guess like the one thing you have to really worry about is people actually pulling their weight, but that goes with pretty much like any quest. Like same with mining rig, but this is like a little bit more relaxed. Because at least you don't have to worry about something dying because you're not there. You can just keep killing. So that's good to... I think that's good. Like a better version of it. I think that's probably going to be like the highlight of March is those quests. We'll see how long they last, though. Like, if they become boring or something, I guess we'll see. I mean, the things changing daily is nice. I wonder if that's what they're going to do farther and farther in the future. Is like, keep having things that change up, that stay relevant. Whether like, you know, this region one day, this region the other, this region over here, this zone, that zone. If they keep doing that, I feel like I could keep it fresh instead of just spamming one thing over and over and over and over and over and over again until you go bonkers. Back to riding by the end of March. Well, what I'm saying is, like, if they keep adding it, it actually feels like there's more and more content to do in the game. As long as they stay relevant in terms of their drops. Like, if they keep, like, updating them, or, like, scaling with level, but also scaling the rewards at the same time, then they can keep them relevant forever. But they just actually have to put in that effort. And yeah, just have, like, a whole bunch of different, like, daily missions, or weekly missions, that kind of thing. So, to where you're not doing the same thing every day, or the same thing every week. It changes.
As well as Central City are undergoing.
I think they're starting to understand that. People don't like spamming one thing for a whole month. It's just like the usual seasonal thing. I'm interested about the vouchers thing, though. Like, how do you get those vouchers to get more tickets?
You can get.
I wonder if it's gonna be through like LTQ or something. Like maybe, you know how people have been complaining about not getting tickets in LTQ? Maybe we'll get vouchers every single time, so you're guaranteed part of a ticket, if anything. Maybe sometimes you can still get straight up tickets, but maybe every time you do an LTQ now, you'll get, you know, progress towards tickets, which would be perfect. That would be amazing. That'd be really good. Because people have been complaining about that for a while.
The weapons obtained from the exchange shop will already have 5 slots worth of augments.
5 slots.
Enhancement level of plus 60.
It's plus 60, okay.
Potentials unlocked.
I was wrong on that.
6.
Level 6 potentials, okay.
And this time, their enhancement level cap will be plus 80.
Okay, so they'll already be limit broken to 80, but there won't be automatically plus 80, so you gotta put in the gold prim 2s. If I was to take a guess, these Millennium round things are probably better than Argenti for sure. And like you just need to invest in like the gold prim 2s probably, maybe some LCs in there, and it'd be, you know, just better. I'm not sure if it'll be better than like the SA 9-star. I'm sure it's not gonna be better than 10 stars, there's just no way. There's no way it's better than a 10-star. Unless if maybe you had like a really high fix on it, and then maybe. And like your 10-star didn't have a high fix.
Season Spring Fib 2024 will be especially effective against seasonal enemies.
Okay, so we'll have like a seasonal augment on it as well. I'm guessing it's like before, where it has some potency they can use against everything, but then there's some like extra potency, critical hit rate, and damage resistance against seasonal enemies specifically. Kind of just like hold you over for the seasonal event. And, you know, maybe the best weapon to use specifically against seasonal enemies. We'll see. Last time it wasn't.
Finish this quest to obtain Reward Box Medal February 2024, as well as titles.
Okay, so there is a reward box. They just mentioned it. Okay, so there is a reward box. They just haven't showed it yet.
So collect seasonal points and ticket vouchers to get tons of prizes with Spring 2024 SP Scratch tickets. Mission Pass Season 30 is coming soon.
They didn't say anything about the vouchers on how to get them. Okay, well, we'll find out eventually, I guess.
In addition to items, Duel Phase 4
will
be a one-on-one battle against...
Oh, no. I just read that. You guys can't quite see it, but this... There it is. There's the new augment. Glan, Gigas, Maste. What is that? Glan, that reminds me of like a pee-pee or something, you know, the glands. But, yeah, Glan, Gigas, Maste. So you're going to need Gigas Mastes from Duel Phase 1 and the new fusion from the Duel Phase 4 to make this thing. So you have to do Duel Phase 1 in addition to this to make the reward. Oh my god, they're going to start chaining. They're going to start chaining, so you need multiple sets of dual stuff to make one augment. Oh no. Oh no. That's the worst case scenario. That's probably the worst case scenario. I mean, it keeps, I guess, the Duel Phase 1 valuable, but... Oh my... Jesus Christ. Well, people are probably not going to be happy about that. I don't mind too much, because this means I get to make more money, like more Maseta, because I already have Duel Phase 1 gear anyway, so it's going to make more value for Gigas Maste. But... yeah, well, if you guys have cheap Gigas 4s or Gigas Mastes on your ship right now, and people haven't started buying them up already... Might be a good idea to start stocking up, just for that. Just for that. If you plan on doing dual quests, or if you care about that, you know, best in slot thing, which this is probably going to be most definitely. I wonder if it's probably gonna have more potency. I don't know about the substats though. So that means other dual quests probably in the future are gonna do the same thing. If people were guessing that was gonna be like mastery or some other random thing, I don't think many people were guessing that Gigas Mastery was going to be used.
Power of the enemy in Phase 4 is lower than in previous dual quests. It's easier to take them out, even if your equipment doesn't have the Defi type augments specialized for this quest.
Okay, so maybe you won't need the Defis to be able to, you know, beat this thing. Like, at least for the normal person is what they're making it sound to be. But you definitely want the Defi 4s to kill it faster and faster if you're going to farm this, to try to make money or try to make these faster. Like, way faster, I imagine. Yeah, my guess is going to be 4% at a minimum. But it could be beyond that, too.
So if you don't have powerful general-purpose equipment on hand, going for the augment is a good way to get equipment specialized for this quest.
So it's already 3.5% with just Gigas Maste. So yeah, it's probably between 4 and 4.5.
The clear time required for a rank S result has been slightly extended. So if you have never played a dual quest before, this is a great opportunity to give it a try.
Wait, there's even more time? Is that what he just said? There's even more time?
Clear time required for a rank S result has been slightly extended.
Oh, so that's what they said.
Before, this is a great opportunity to give it a try.
Because what, it's typically 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get an S rank? I wonder if that's just a change applied to Duel Phase 4 or all the dual phases. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, probably like 3 minutes, 3.5. I would probably say 3 minutes, just like a little bit extra room for time. So, getting like the full maximum value out of these things is going to be easier, and you're going to need less, which is actually nice. So they're making it better. They're making it better. But I feel like it's going to be just stupid easy if you have the Defis then, right? Because like they kept the Defis in. So that means if you have them all, you're going to just obliterate the thing because it's just what they said, like normal, if you just have like general purpose gear. I guess we'll see. That's fine. Just destroy it. Obliterate it. I mean, I guess I could go either way with it. NGS Accessory Revival. This is on the 13th as well with the spring events. You know, from past AC scratches, probably from stuff from like last year or
also on the
whatever.
Way. And augmentation success rate plus 40%.
Plus 40%? Oh my god. Plus 40. And then that Astrios is kind of whatever. I mean, that just like lets you slap on, you know, onto like a gold prim and it just gives you more or something. Or you can slap it onto something that is the exact same as the gear that you're upgrading to get extra bonus out of it. When you're using it as fodder. Okay.
Those were the updates for early March.
So they didn't even show the reward box, but they talked about medals.
Our next
so it's happening.
We'll have info on updates in late March and beyond.
Plus 40 is in most AC Scratch bonus. Well, I never AC Scratch, so I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. They didn't say anything about, like, Lux Alpha and LAS or Glan Gigas Maste AS, which, thank God for that. Alright, so here's the second half. I'm guessing this isn't going to be as crazy, because usually the first half is crazier. AC Scratch, Echoes of... Wait, there actually is Idola? What the... No way, there actually is Idola stuff. I thought that was Cope. There's no way. There's no way. There's no freaking way that there's Idola Phantasy Star outfits. Holy shit. Yeah, those outfits look good. Yeah. And Papana outfit. Okay, there's no way. Okay. There's no way that... What was it? Empiric's bingo board had both of those things? There's no shot. There's no shot. They probably data mined it. They cheated. Yeah, Echoes of Idola. Well, that's probably gonna be an expensive scratch. Why are they all like chibi in that? Vital gauges. Ooh, got the posters. What is that? What is that? Oh lords. Oh, here we go. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of the sus posters. Here we go. We can have him as film part. And a hologram. A Magform new. Oh, that weapon camo. Please tell me I can get a katana version of something. Please. Why not? Infinite Blaze. No katana. Got the poses. Oh my god! They just showed it all! Okay? You just... Alright? Revival AC Scratch Ticket Memories of Idola? Okay, so even more outfits, but these are the base PSO2 spec kinds. Like some of the original PSO2. Oh wow. Limited time quest, Alpha Environmental Testing Zone Cleanup Op. So Leciel Exploration LTQ? What? Quest in Leciel for up to 8 players face off against Starless enemies from Alio and Raten. It's like Starless invading Leciel. Okay. I guess. I mean, appear at the end. Wait, the boss enemies that appear at the end change randomly. So it isn't just like, oh, a daily thing. It changes from run to run. Yeah, I bet there's gonna be like certain runs, like you get a certain boss, somebody just leaves. It's like, I don't want to face that boss. I'm just spending like 8 minutes from before. Point, change shop. Yeah, more stuff. Okay. Is it scratch ticket Easter Festival? Okay. That makes sense. gothic outfits, pastel rabbit style looks, so that's a little bit different. Oh, Jesus Christ. Super cutesy. It's definitely pastel. Too cutesy, it's too cute. Oh, the wings. And like the emblem there. Oh, what the? You guys see that sword? Hopefully that's a katana. Please. It was probably just some accessory. Probably wasn't even a weapon camo. It feels bad, man. The wolf cut. Ew, somebody inked. Eye beams? Heart beams. Oh my god. A rabbit dance idol. Isn't that already an emote? Or am I mistaken? Like that rabbit dance? Swimming with an egg. What? Sure. Whatever. Yeah. I'll just ride an egg. Oh, and then it's got little flowers coming out of it. Flowers coming out of the ass.
What did you think?
Okay.
Let's get into a summary of the updates with some
Well,
slides.
I feel like March, like for a seasonal event month, it isn't actually too bad. I mean, the AC scratches go off.
First, allow me to introduce the new AC scratch ticket.
The quest from the
Echoes
beginning
of
seemed
Idola.
good.
Avatar items that let you cosplay as you.
The dual quest augment is an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice. I'm not sure about the Leciel Exploration LTQ thing, though. I don't know. I mean, people have already not been playing Leciel Exploration, maybe beyond or besides the daily, if they even do that. So I mean, I guess it's okay. But we're getting an expansion to Leciel soon, anyways. So I don't know. But that's just gonna like add into the burnout of Leciel once it comes up.
As well as
Again, that's something to do.
Including the Seraph Chrysomelos.
Maybe I'll be wrong. We'll see what the operation report's like. We'll see if it has any good
Moving
questions.
on to the next, we'll start with the letter from the developers. A message from the dev team to the players. Allow me to read their letter to you. We would like to thank all the ARCs out there for continuing to play NGS.
This is just a little
In
note.
this letter, we will provide information on the intended implementation of updates introduced in this program and our plans for future improvements. First,
Okay, some more details
we'd like
on
to
it.
tell you about the design intent behind the time extension quests planned for release on
Is this gonna be like a
March 6th.
normal thing, like letter from the developers?
We designed these to be new high difficulty quests in the vein of
High
Duel
difficulty
quests
quests.
and Dark Falls fights.
Okay.
After hearing from many of you that you'd like high difficulty quests to have a difficulty level for practice runs, for these quests we've included 2 different difficulty levels, normal and hard, on a trial basis. We'll adjust our approach to high difficulty quests based on how these quests are played.
Okay. My question is, what's gonna be like the gate to get into the hard difficulty? Are you just gonna be able to just get into it if you meet a certain battle power that's way too low? Or do you have to beat the normal first to be able to do the hard? I would say people have to complete the normal mode first to be able to do the hard modes. At least, at a bare minimum. I think. At least to like unlock it, just to show that you've had experience with the quest and do at least the normal modes. So you're not just completely clueless when doing the hard, just jumping in. I feel like that would just be like annoying. Annoying to everybody that like has had the practice or has the gear. We'll see how it's implemented though.
The normal
Because
difficulty
if I was to take a guess, everybody's just gonna jump into the hard modes. Try to get the better rewards. But then that might, bring other people down because they aren't properly equipped for it.
version
It's supposed to be
finishes
a
at wave
challenging
6,
quest.
while the hard difficulty version keeps going to the 7th wave and beyond, with corresponding jumps in difficulty.
Oh, okay, so the normal mode only goes to wave 6 or 7, they just said?
going to the 7th wave and beyond, with corresponding jumps in difficulty and rewards.
Yes, there's
Be
a
sure
jump.
to take a stab at the hard difficulty version after completing it on normal difficulty.
Because they ask you to do hard modes after normal, but is it forced? Minimum of 10 runs clear or 30? I don't know about 30. I mean, maybe like 5 to 10 is fine. But at least once. At least if they're gonna really, have anything. At least clear normal mode once.
Next, we would like to show you some of the equipment enhancement related updates that we are looking into for future updates,
This might be
in response
Be a
to
good
many
one.
comments and requests that we have received. A recent update made it possible to
Placement
add
of
preset
preset
skills
skills?
to weapons without them, and we've received a lot of requests to also allow players to change these preset skills after they have been added.
Yeah, so like with the add preset 1 item, like once you put the preset on, you have to get a whole new like weapon or armor to then do it again. Like with that add preset 1 thing, it would be nice to keep changing it, keep allowing us to use that item on the same piece of gear. Then once we have the correct one, then we can start enhancing it.
We are currently working on a plan to accommodate this. Next,
Okay, so they didn't say what they were going to do, but they know of it. They're definitely going to do something about it. Okay. Update to allow direct use. Oh! This is something I was going to mention.
in a future update, we plan to improve the item enhancement process by allowing C and Amio to be directly selected as a material. This
Let's
should
go.
reduce the time and effort spent on exchanging Gold Prim 2 items. In addition, for content released after this improvement,
They're just going to
we
drop,
plan
right?
to have C and Amio drop directly instead of Gold Prim 2.
Thank you. That's something that I was gonna bring up in like a video after this headline or something, because I have like a whole list of things I wanted to change for like UI and menuing and systems and stuff. And that's one of those things, but they already mentioned it. They're gonna have to mention it anymore.
We also have a small
That's a huge improvement. A huge improvement, so you don't have to waste so much time. I wonder how it's gonna work though with the great success chances though. Because like if we're gonna be able to use like a whole bunch of endemios at once, like can you use the great success? Because like I thought like the reason for the different like using only 5 at a time with the prim swords, the 5 armors, is because of like the limiting factor of the great successes. Plan improvement saving tab last used when enhancing weapons armor.
improvement for you in the item lab, where we plan to change the specs so that info on your current tabs for weapons and armor is saved until you exit the game. This convenient update makes it easier to perform consecutive enhancements.
Well, there we go. There's something.
That's all for
I don't know if that is exactly what I was just mentioning. Like, so maybe they won't do bulk use of endemios, but unless you use 5 at a time. But then, like, you don't have to go back through the menus, select them all again, go back to the menu, select them all again. It'll just, like, save it, oh, you use 5 endemios, and you also use a great success. You can just keep doing that as long as you have the mats for it. Just keep, spamming it. But it'd be much faster than how it currently is. So that could be... it could be crazy. It'd be much better. You can save so much time.
for
So much
today's letter
time.
from the developers. But we have a special treat for you here at the end. A sneak
Well, they probably would just have a different augment, Maneth. Kind of like how they went from Prim 1s to 2s. Like, it's a different named augment. And how we have currently Astrios. Maybe just Astrios will straight up drop if, like, we're going to need more and more XP. With, like, plus 90, plus 100 if that happens,
sneak peek video of the
Well, it should happen because we need more augment slots. But yeah.
ultra high difficulty party quest planned for release in April, announced on the roadmap at the end of last year. Enjoy!
Oh, here's the taser. Taser for Big Quest. The Planet Breaker returns. Wait, it's just Solus again? Most daunting. Oh. Rampage. So it's So they're just like a different planet breaker is what I mean. What the hell? Got like two little minions on the sides. Yeah, two little dudes. Well, this looks like a lot going on at once. Oh, there's even more dudes. This is the stuff that I wanted in the game for so long. It's getting more complicated. I love it. More challenging. Dark Falls Dalion? 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 Where's the dog? Where's the Snoop dog? The Snoop lion?
Dark Falls class.
Leciel.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Dark Falls Dalion. I'm looking forward to that coming out. Be on the lookout for more information. Continuing on.
Yeah, so maybe it just evolved or something, yeah. Possibly.
I have answers from the development and live operations teams to player questions and comments.
I mean, it said Planet Breaker returned, so it might be the same thing.
Whether or not boss enemies are randomly made.
Alright, so we're into the actual operation report here. Now, looks like it would be a fun fight, though. I'm guessing it's another 4-man quest. Whether or not boss enemies are randomly made into Megalotics due to Megalotics challenge settings for cocoons, other areas affects the results for Arcs records. Oh, this is actually huge for people that do the Arcs records. Because you basically have to keep resetting until you get perfect conditions with Megalotics being random.
And other areas.
So they'll probably just make it set.
Can something be done about this? Here is their answer. To resolve this issue, we are considering adding an always make Megalotics setting to the challenge settings.
Always
we are
make?
also considering adjusting the challenge settings for maximum enemy HP and enemy attack power to make them easier to use when playing. We plan to implement these changes around April.
Always make Megalotics. I don't... What? So I don't know if that's what people necessarily meant. I mean, hopefully they mean, like, the things that are made Megalotics are always going to be. But it shouldn't still be random what is made into Megalotics. Hopefully. Hopefully they understand that. Because, like, one's if the boss is Megalotics, one's if just, like, some of the more annoying enemies are Megalotics, and then, you know, somebody gets a run where they're not. That's what people want to avoid. It isn't that they are Megalotics, that isn't the problem, it's that it's randomly Megalotics enemies.
That was their answer. Let's move on to the next question.
Hopefully they do that right.
I would like to know a few more details about the new field that was
introduced
in the preview video.
Did they say anything for it? Oh, they're just like, oh, we gotta wait.
Here is our team's response. Unlike current regions, you'll be visiting the new field as a setting for the story and special quests.
Okay.
Overall, it's about the same size as South Retum and is composed of 3 zones
so it's like
with significantly different landscapes. 2 of which...
The size of South Retum, but it's 3 separate zones? That's pretty small. I mean, we knew that it was not going to be a whole region, but, like, a size of 1 zone split up into 3 zones.
Which will be unlocked when it is first
I guess it doesn't really matter the size, as long as the stuff in there is good.
Released. Most enemies that appear will be starless, though we plan to release some new enemies as well.
Some new enemies? Like, a new type? Like, not starless? Is that what they're meaning? Or, like, just new of what type of enemies that we have?
The special quests are currently being worked on, but play will combine exploration and combat sectors.
Exploration and combat sectors? Is it gonna be much of an exploration sector if it's, like, that small?
Expertise as Leciel exploration. That was what they shared.
Yeah, let me hear that again, because...
I would like to know a few more details about the new
one more time.
that was introduced in the preview video in the December 2023 broadcast. Here is our team's response. Unlike current regions, you'll be visiting the new field as a setting for the story and special quests.
Special quests.
Overall, it's about the same size as South Retum and is composed of 3 zones with significantly different landscapes.
Yeah, there isn't like a city or anything
2
there.
of which will be unlocked when it is first released.
Okay, so 2 will be automatically made available to you, but 1 has to be unlocked probably through story.
Most enemies that appear will be starless, though we plan to release some new enemies as well.
New enemies. It made it sound like not
The
starless.
special quests are currently being worked on, but play will combine exploration and combat sectors. And will not require the same level of expertise as Leciel exploration. That was what they shared.
Okay, so it's going to be special quests that are a little bit below Leciel in difficulty. And it looks like it goes between the different zones, like the exploration and the combat. I wonder how that's going to be. It almost sounds like a LTQ, but permanent in the new fields. Guess we'll see when it comes around. But that's what it sounds like to me, at least currently. Sounds like an LTQ, but permanent. So probably it'll have like a couple little mechanics to it. Be just out in the open worlds, and you just go between a couple zones, and there you go.
I hope you're looking forward to this new field.
Nothing too challenging, something, you know, for just the casual play. Where can I post my comments and requests so that they can be reflected in the game's improvements and corrections? Well,
Where can I post
I'm guessing they'll just say
my
the same
comments and
as they always do.
requests so that they can be reflected in the game's improvements and corrections?
It's like Discord, Twitter.
Here is our team's answer.
Right, they just say Twitter.
There is no specific place for posting feedback that will make it easier for your comments to be picked up by the team. The development and live operations teams look at a weekly compilation of posts from the miscellaneous issues, questions section on the support page of the NGS official site. Posts with hashtags on X and other social media, and topics on the official Discord, then have a discussion and consider how to respond. We also look at the opinions and reactions in the chat to what is presented during NGS Headline, as well as the comments we receive after the broadcast.
Okay, so they actually do look at the stuff on their headlines, too. I guess that would be like a good way. This is just like direct feedback as people are seeing it. But that isn't like the full feedback, though, because like, I feel like people's feedback is different when they just see a snapshot of it in the headline versus when it's actually in the game. Something might look crazy good, but then when it's actually in game, it could be bad, or the opposite could be the case, like where it looks bad but actually turns out to be something good. So I feel like that isn't, you know, the full picture.
Please understand
Yeah,
that we
Discord,
may not
Twitter,
be able to
I guess
respond
on their
to
website
comments
too.
Or requests if there is a possibility that they may cause new problems with the game, or if they would affect the schedule for new content development or improvements that we need to prioritize.
Yeah, there's priorities to everything. So your feedback might not get done right away or very soon because it's just way down there. Just like super low on the totem pole out of all the things that they want to do or should be doing. I wonder if they take a look at like people's videos too. I know like sometimes they commented on my stuff on YouTube, like occasionally, like twice, I think. I know some of the community managers did as well. So I'm guessing they look at them, but I don't know if they take that into account with the feedback or not. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. I'm guessing, maybe. Let's see the
I'm sure it
campaigns.
will get you even more hyped to play the game.
More hype to play the game.
Let's start with this. An
Coda
NGS
shop.
store page is currently available on Coda
I think this is
Shop
already on the
for some
website for a while
regions.
now, right? Yeah, from January
PC can
31st.
be purchased through a variety of payment options, such as credit cards, as well as through digital wallets. Convenience store
Yeah, so just another way to spend money on the game. Or go AC if you want to. Red drop rate plus
drop rate
150%
plus
in
150%
Tavares.
campaign starting February 28th.
February 28th. That's a minute. Or is it?
In
No,
Tavares
that's not a minute. I'm
exploration
dumb.
and combat
That's actually soon.
sectors.
I was thinking March 28th. It's like, no, I literally just said February. Okay, so that's very soon.
Air drop rate plus 150% boost will be applied, making it even easier to gather exchange materials during this time. Also, in the Rayar Series Exchange Support Campaign Part 1,
Ugh.
being held at the same time, you can get the exchange materials for one Rayar Series weapon by completing all the limited time tasks. If you haven't gotten your hands on one yet,
Yeah, so it's
now's
easier to get
your
Rayars.
chance.
That's something that I guessed. Yeah, easier to get Rayars, I figured.
Plus, from
The more
March,
materials.
the boost rates for PSO2 Day and premium user PSO2
And
Day
then there's
will
PSO2
be
Day
powered
buff.
up.
Yeah, a little bit more. Plus 50%
It will be a
XP and
massive
100%
boost
RDR.
rate during this time, as this will overlap with other campaigns, making it the perfect time to log in and play.
I don't think that's as crazy
From March
as
13th.
Ultra PSO2 Day, but it is quite up there.
A drop item preset skill rate plus
For
150% campaign and seasonal event weapon enhancement cost reduction campaign will be held.
I feel like this 50% discount on enhancement Maseta cost should just be permanent. Like, I feel like the Maseta cost has gotten way too out of hand for upgrading gear. I just like the raw Maseta that you need on top of like the different augments and like the endemios and all that crap. I feel like they should just have this portion be permanent. Of course, they can't have like these be permanent. I mean, it would be nice with preset skills since it's already so low, and maybe in the aug success. But yeah, I feel like Maseta's getting drained way too much on the 6th. Fantastic items to commemorate the 4th anniversary of PSO2 Global. Vizio Dominatio. That's one of the base PSO2 weapons. So you get a weapon camo for that. 2 Master Cubes. Okay. 5 plus 20% augmentation success rate. 15% times 5 for the preset skill enhance. 5 add preset skill 1s. 10 special scratch tickets and 200 SG. That's actually
Celebrating the 4th anniversary of
quite a bit of
global
rewards.
version will be held from March 6th.
for just logging in. That's quite a bit. Rurouni Kenshin. I don't think I know this.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Katana camos, let's go. I mean, it's better than like a million different guns. We had so many guns back to back to back to back to back. It's nice to have something different than guns. Every once in a while.
And motion change items inspired.
They just remade it. Okay, so that's probably why they're doing this.
Now,
I've never heard of this though personally. That one might be good. I'm guessing they're not gonna do like any quests or anything. That's gonna be happening in April, right? Yeah, there's probably not gonna be any like quests. Or they're just gonna AC Scratch again. I mean, it would be nice to have like some quests with it. But next headline is the 26th.
Be on Tuesday, March 26th.
Almost exactly a month away. This one should be really juicy. But yeah, how'd you guys feel on this headline? I thought it actually wasn't too bad for a seasonal event month. Yeah, because we always got the ups and downs, up and downs. Yeah, I think overall, if we're just going to talk about like it being a seasonal event month, I mean the AC scratches are overall pretty good, at least to me. The vouchers idea, I hope it's as I said, where you get vouchers just over time by doing the LTQ or limited content. Because they didn't say anything about it. I hope it isn't just like some weird thing. Oh, if you spend money, you get some vouchers, and if you get enough vouchers, then you can get tickets. Yeah, so hopefully it's not something like that. But yeah, Duel Quest, interesting. The Glan Gigas Maste as a new thing. So I guess we're going to be using that over Gigas Maste. I wonder, I doubt this. I wonder if it's considered a different augment. Because, like, we have the weird thing where the trials are considered different augments, right? Like the Wardrobe, the Guaro, you can use them all at once. So if the Glan Gigas Maste, if for some reason is considered a different augment, maybe you would put on Glan Gigas Maste and Gigas Maste and not use as many trials. So you won't have as many penalties for, like, best in slot, something like that. But it's probably just going to be replacing Gigas Maste, to be honest. I mean, the event is pretty much the same. There was a reward box. We didn't get to see it, though. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is this. These new types of quests. Hopefully they turn out good. And I'm still kind of confused on if like the time extension quest is different than these quests, like the exterminations and combat patrols. Because it kind of made it seem like they're one and the same, but also not one and the same at the same time. It was very confusing. Like they didn't really explain it too well to me. Because like the more they talked about it, it made it seem like they were the same. So maybe there's just 4 of these extension quests, but it could also be considered something separate. The exterminations, combat patrol, like they have too many different names for this kind of stuff. Like just call it one thing. If it's one thing, like they're just all time extension quests. Don't say some of them are extermination, some of them are combat patrols. Like just make it simple, make it simple and easy. Don't have like, just like the Gigantics Malevolent, Megalotics Elite, and all that crap. It's just too confusing. Just name it one thing and keep it that way. It's so dumb. But hopefully this quest turns out good. Hopefully it's rewarding. And like I said, the normal mode, hopefully you have to do that first before you get into the hard mode, so people don't just jump into the hard mode and bring people down with that. Because I'm sure that's what would happen. I'm almost positive that's what would happen. Yeah, like, I don't know what kind of rewards that they would give. Like, just still the 10 stars, Anya armor, maybe a whole bunch of mats for, like, some of the other, like, best of slot capsules. So maybe a Ratty Soul, since we have not had, like, anything to do with, like, a Ratty in a while, but Gladius Soul is still best in slots. Maybe give us a whole bunch of Gigas 4s, or maybe even straight up Gigas Mastes on the hard version to help with the Glan Gigas Maste, the Duel Phase 4. I would like to see rewards like that instead of just like a whole bunch of LCs like everything else has been giving. I want to see something to go towards the actual best in slot. I don't want, there's more and more LCs. Like, I've built up enough. There's plenty of other things that build up my LC capsules. Like, I'm good on it. I'm good. Like, I guess if it has LCs in addition to what I just said, that's fine. But I just am sick of that being the main reward. But yeah, everything else, like, looks nice. Like, I feel like I'll have some fun with it. We'll see by the time it gets closer to, like, the end of the month. At least at that point, we'll be close to what's in April, which there's a lot in April. At least that's what it seems like. I guess, like, this LTQ could be interesting since the boss changes randomly. But yeah, like, it's still an LTQ, it's not anything, like, too crazy. But I think this just goes to show, like, the direction, especially, like, with this letter. It just goes to show, like, the direction they're actually gonna go now. It's more clear. It's just, like, leaving us in a fog, like, where we can see some things, but not quite everything. So it seems like they're trying to make more challenging quests, but at the same time make casual things, so everybody can do one or the other, depending on how they play the game. And then also reward challenge, which is what they should have been doing in the first place, but now they finally got that in their heads. And they're also making some things, more quality of life easier to do with upgrading, which upgrading has been getting more of a pain as time goes on because they keep adding on top of it without giving us some relief, right? There's no relief for it. But yeah, I would say for a seasonal event month, this was probably like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, something like that. I'd say like 8 out of 10. If it was just like any other, like I would take all headlines into consideration, then of course it would be less than that. Probably like 7 or 6, because like the only thing this month really has going for it is like those extra quests, those quest type things. I think it really like carries it. But just having everything else combined, could be nice. We'll see. We'll see. And do keep in mind the Crimson Realm does go into the 12th, so we'll have some of this overlap with Crimson Realm. And you don't want to forget about Crimson Realm because currently, as far as we know, that's the only way to get trials. So if you want to build up trials, you gotta do that before it's too late. Because they didn't announce any continuation of Crimson Realm here. I mean, maybe they would give trials in this, but they didn't say. Not for sure. But at least you'll know when it's overlapping each other. Yeah, it looks like the fights are getting more complicated, more raid-like with the mechanics. Which I enjoy that too. I do gotta say with like the weekly content, hopefully they don't overshadow other weekly content like they did with MDFA or the 4-man Aegis out or eclipsing the Solus quest. I'd like them to be relevant at the same time, where maybe you do like the MDFA once a week, you do this once a week, do other like hard difficulty things once a week to still get their weekly rewards like SG or whatever else, Aegis Integra, to then exchange to the shop with like MDFA. So hopefully they continue that direction instead of putting the previous stuff to the wayside, just dumping it into the trash. I don't want to see that happen. Or they could rotate it either way, rotating or having them simultaneous. I am liking the game's direction a lot more than before. Like 2 years ago, the direction was terrible. A year ago, the direction was terrible. But it seems they're actually getting in their heads with all the player feedback finally. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just because like how slow they are with things. It just takes a while for that stuff to actually come up to the front because they just have like this entire backlog. So like they're finally getting to the things that we've been wanting, or the changes that we've been wanting, finally. But I'm looking forward to more of NGS.